I just heard something recently that said it's not about the knowledge anymore, it's what our students can do with that knowledge. And that really speaks a lot, and that's what we're seeing happening here at Fraser.
It is not the same district anymore. It's certainly not the same classroom anymore. All of our classrooms are equipped with Promethean boards, which are interactive whiteboards. All of our rooms have Apple TV. And of course, our recent initiative, which has been the iPad rollout for every single child in grade 3 to 12. And that is in school. And outside of school, we don't want learning to stop at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, or we don't want learning to just happen behind 4 walls. We want kids to be able to access that learning when they leave school, when they wake up in the morning. The concept of 24/7, anytime, anywhere learning is never more prevalent than it is now.
I feel like I'm very connected with my teachers more than before we got the iPads because I have access to my email whenever I want it, so it's easier to just shoot them an email and be like, hey, what's up, I don't get this, or just even ask them if I can come in before or after school to see them.
Just a few months ago, I had a student approach me while I was visiting a classroom. He was a 4th grader, and he explained that last year he was in a different school district. He had come to Fraser as a school of choice, and his family had chosen to send him to our district. He had said to me when we were talking about his new iPad that he really likes to learn now. And at his old school, he didn't really enjoy sitting in class and he had a hard time paying attention. And it really struck me that by giving him this tool and the responsibility and the opportunities to learn off of this device, it really changed his mindset on learning and really engaged him in the process.
I definitely learn more by taking my iPad home and looking up stuff that I don't understand, and it really helps me because I used to just not understand it and go to class. But now that I look it up on my iPad, I know before I go into class, so that way we don't have to waste time going over that subject again.
What we're doing in Fraser is a really big shift in education, period. One-to-one is mobile technology, so every student in our building is equipped with a device. Going one-to-one was scary for a lot of people. It's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to actually do it. When you have the devices in your hands and you're playing with them, now you have 30 kids in your classroom and now you're designing lessons around the use of the mobile technology. It really shifts and transforms classroom instruction and just lesson design in general.
We work on a bunch of stuff. We use StoryKit for the stories. We use Type on PDFs to help with that. In the other classrooms, we use Toontastic and Sock Puppets to make videos and present them to the class.
The one-to-one education, at the foundation of it is to try to create a personalized learning environment for every child. We know that every kid is different, and in every family, every child is different. So as a school system, what we're trying to do is create an educational system that meets the needs of every child. And that includes leveraging technology that allows them to extend their learning beyond the regular school day and to go home and work on areas that they need rather than the entire class. And it allows kids to move at a different pace so that you don't have to move through your learning all at the same time with just your classmates.
A teacher was giving a math test at the end of the week. So earlier in the week, the teacher had her children email her at night what math concepts they were struggling with and what they needed to work on. The next day when the kids walked into the classroom, they were already in their groups based on what skill they needed help with. So no one had to sit there and go through an entire review if I already knew that concept. That is the tenet of personalized learning.
Now we can create content and video tutorials and lessons that are self-paced lessons where students can learn at their own rate, where I can create a tutorial for some of my lower students to watch over here and work with different students over there. So it really has become more individualized and something that appeals to all of the learners and not just the average learner in the middle of the road.
We had an advanced project, and the kids who were excelling in their work would go out in the hall and work on a more advanced project on their iPads, while our teacher would help the other kids who weren't getting it as much.
It's not about the technology, it's about learning. It's about what that technology provides for kids beyond the regular school day and during the school days. We have 3rd graders, 2nd graders that are blogging with our teachers up until 7, 8 o'clock at night talking about class assignments or stories, and that's where the magic of learning starts to take place.
We always use this technology outside of school, and now that they're combined, I think it's fantastic.
One of the phrases that we've coined here in Fraser is, it's where learning drives innovation. And what we do and why we do it is not about how many iPads we have or how much wireless access we have. It's about, are we changing the way kids learn and are able to demonstrate what they've learned every day. So that is critical to the why of what we're doing within the school district.